everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be doing a full review and swatches on the Etude House Glass Rouge Lip Tints. This Etude House Glass Rouge Lip Tints have been out for a while now. I finally got my chance to actually try them, but before I actually continue with this video, I do want to say that I will be doing a comparison with this Glass Rouge Lip Tint and my Etude House Chic Lip Lacquer, which I have the full collection of as well. The reason why I don't want to cover this one in this video just because the more I started planning out for this video, I realized that I can actually do a separate video where I'll do like a thorough detailed comparisons, just because I did find a lot of similarities, and hopefully that will help you guys and this video won't be too draggy. So this video will solely be on this Etude House Glass Rouge Lip Tint. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. With this Etude House Glass Rouge Lip Tint, it comes in 8 different colors, and on the description or like on the website they actually categorize them in cool tone and warm tone. They also categorize them in like nude colors and like fresh colors, which is like, you know, those floral colors like red and pink. With this one, it's supposed to give you like basically like a really nice glassy nice looking look on your lips, so it makes your lips basically look like this, like really shiny, very glossy, very glass like, you know, like imagine glass skin, you know, that glass makeup, but on the lips pretty much it really. And it's supposed to give you like 25% like moisture barrier, so it consists of like 10 different essential oils like jojo's bar seed oil, chamomile oil, I think, apricot oil and rosehip oil, just like plenty of oil that helps to moisturize the lips and also apparently help to actually make it last longer as well. In terms of the application, I wouldn't recommend to use this as a gradation lip, just because I feel like if you were to use one color just for a gradation finish, you can't really see much of it, because when you first apply, all you see is like that sheerness, and by the time it just warms up, then the gradation felt a little bit uneven, if you know what I mean. So for me, if you do want to use a gradation effect on this lip, my recommendation is to do what I did for this one, where I actually mixed 2 colors together. So the colors I have on my lip, which I absolutely love the combo, is PP501 for the entire part of my lips, and then RD304 for the inner part of my lip. And I just feel like doing it this way, having a lighter color on the part and a dark color on the inner part, it really emphasizes the gradation and just looks like a really nice finish compared to just using one as a gradation, if that makes sense. If you're not keen on buying 2 and you just want to try one, I would just recommend using this as like a fuller lip rather than a gradation. The packaging just looks like this, so it's pretty much like very similar to the Chic Lip Lacquer, but this is more like transparent looking, and this is actually bigger than the Chic Lip Lacquer if you guys are wondering. But yeah, I will show you guys a comparison in the other video. And when you open it up, the applicator is actually a flat tip applicator, which is pretty much easy to use, but it does get quite wobbly at times, but it's okay, like it's not too bad, and it's sturdy at the same time. It just goes on really easily on the lips. For the texture, it is honestly so moisturizing. It just feels like applying like lip balm rather than lip gloss on the lips, which I actually honestly enjoy, and I would recommend for those who have really dry lips. Not only that, the colors are pretty opaque as well. And one thing I found really interesting with this is that just because you think one particular color is sheer, it actually does turn darker at the same time. Now, I can't find much description in regards of that. I've only seen like videos of videos of people talking about how the colors do get darker. You know, like on the model shots and the Etude House website, it did not say anything about that. It only talks about the gradation and the full coverage. For me personally, the way I see this is that the color will actually warm up to your lips depending on how warm your lips is, if you know what I mean. There are some lip products out there that changes the color depending on the warmness on your lips. So like I think Etude House did release like one of the teen ages ago, and it was like this green, I'll put a picture here, it was like this green packaging, and at first when you put it on, it's like a very sheer purple, and then after that it just turned into like a really nice pink tone lip tint on my lips. So this, I feel like this Glass Rouge lip tint is giving me a bit of that vibe where it does warm up depending on the warmness of your lips, I guess. So So yeah, so what you see on my lips may not be the same as what you would apply on your lips as well. Keep in mind that my lips is also pretty pigmented, so some of these colors look really sheer on me, and even though it does warm up later on, I can still see some bit of my lip color underneath as well. But I will let you guys know that during my swatches. But I just want to tell you guys my input in regards of how the colors do change when you actually apply on your lips, which I find very buzzy but interesting at the same time. For the scent, there's not much scent to it. It's just like your usual Etude House lip tint. You have a little bit of that sweetness, a little bit of that floral scent as well. In regards of the longevity, the darker colors do last longer than the lighter colors, just because the darker colors tend to stain quite a bit on the lips, but it is easy to remove. It lasts about 7 or 8 hours without even needing to touch up. Obviously the gloss effect do disappear throughout the day, but it doesn't feel dry or patchy at all at the end. Only the inner part of the lips color do actually disappear. But I will show you guys like a transfer test as well, where I was drinking a cup and all you actually see on the cup after that was just like leftover residue on the lips. Not much actually transferred out, which I was actually very surprised. I will do like a test now for you guys to see. So as you can see, you can't really, oh my god, my awkward. As you can see, I like kiss around my hand here. You can't really see much of it, which I think is really epic. For the colors, it comes in 8 colors and they have categorized it into cool and warm tone like I mentioned. So with the cool tone, there's 3 colors and there are 4 warm tones, and there's also one where they call it like a neutral, so it's like between cool and warm, which is 1 color as well. The way I see it is that there is 4 red, 1 pink, 2 brown and 1 purple in this collection. So not much orange colors, but as you guys see my swatches later, I will mention the ones where I felt like it was a little bit of a coral and orange shades. So without further ado, we're gonna get started with the swatches. This shade is PP501, which is a purpley shade, and this one is called Evening Mauve. So obviously it is a beautiful mauvey color, and this is leaning towards the cool tone. I definitely love this color because it's very like MLBB for me. At first when I put this on, it is quite sheer, but the longer I wear it suddenly turned into such a really dark mauvey shade, but not too dark at the same time. It definitely leans towards like a grayish purple shade, which I find very unique. Second shade is BE101, so it's a brown shade, and this one is called Spring Glaze. Just like the name, this one is like a warm tone, and this, when I saw this, it is definitely leaning much more towards the orange tone side. So for me, this is like an orange brown shade, and this is definitely very sheer. Even though it does warm up later on, I still can see a little bit of my lip color underneath as well. BR401, this one is called Autumn Breeze, so definitely reminds me of the fall season, and this is definitely a warm shade. This one is like, for me, I call this like a brown cinnamon orangey shade. Like it's just leaning towards that brown orangey side, and this one is definitely very pigmented and will look beautiful on anyone who really like fall color or orange color. I would definitely say this is leaning towards much more of an orange one rather than a brown shade. Then we have RD304, and this is called Heartbeat, and like the name, it really reminds me of like, you know, beetroot. When you cut it up, you see that bloody red purpley shade coming out from, you know, the beetroot ink. This definitely looks like that. It just looks really beautiful, but at the same time it is a cool tone shade, which I honestly don't mind. But again, because this is leaning towards the darker shade, this obviously stained quite a bit, but it's such a beautiful purpley red shade. Then we have PK001, and this one is called Hazy Rose, and this is like the only neutral shade, so it's like a warm or cool tone depending on your lips, I guess. And this one is a beautiful rosy nudie pink shade, definitely sheer for me, and it's definitely leaning much more toward like a warm shade for me as well, but it is a lovely color. We have RD301 next, and this one is again another red shade, but this one is called Sunset Glow, which leans towards the warm shade. This one, the way they justify is that it is a sunset red color. For me, I personally think it's like a persimmon orange shade and a little bit of that red undertone as well. So if you're looking for an orangey red shade, I feel like this would be great for you. Just keep in mind that this this one do stain a bit as well. Another red shade, this one is RD302. It's called Rose Infusion, and this is a warm shade as well. I feel like this is leaning much more towards like a strawberry red shade, but the description said that this is much more of like a rosy red shade, which I sort of agree as well. So if you're looking for a little bit of like that strawberry red or that cherry red or that rosy red, this would be great. This one does stain a little bit, and it is leaning towards like a coral shade as well, even though it's warm tone, so definitely pretty unique. Last but not least, this is RD303. At first when I saw this, I felt like it was very similar to RD304, but this RD303 called Cherry Crush is definitely leaning much more towards the much more of that raspberry dark pink shade, whereas the RD304 is leaning towards much more of that purple undertone shade. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely much more radiant and very beautiful as well. Those are my swatches of all of the 8 colors. I hope you guys enjoy all of the colors, and yeah, I haven't compared them with the model, but I have a feeling that some of them do probably look a little bit off from the model, which I actually will not be surprised, because again, I feel like this particular lip product will definitely varies on everyone's skin. So yeah, if you guys have tried this, let me know down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.